to cooking by Fassnidge, with Fassnidge, Highland. What are you wearing, bro?
I like it.
So, what
Checking
are we
for
doing?
spiders.
Welcome back. It's been a while. It's nearly a year since we started Cooking by Fassnidge. What is it, February, nearly March? This time last year we were all happy and laughing and we hadn't drank as much as we had in a year. And fast forward a year on, yeah, we all know what happened. Anyway, we're here and we're doing one pot wonders. You may notice the pot from the jungle. Look, see, it's still black from the fire. So tonight we're cooking a chicken curry from the Common Sense Cook, right? So, can you lower that down there, Jane, because that's quite annoying, I can hear myself. So what we're going to do is, imagine you're getting taught how to cook a curry from an Irishman. That's how weird the year is. Well, here we go. Any questions? Fire questions at me about it. Ask questions about the jungle if you want, whatever you want, hit me up. So we're going to do chicken curry. Then, can you lower the volume down?
It's already done. It's your Insta Live.
Hold on, I got to lower down the Insta Live.
But then people can't hear it.
Oh, then people can't hear it. Okay. What do I know? What the fuck do I know? Give us a shout out. Tell us where you're tuning in from. Hit us up with a few places where you're tuning in from.
Is anybody cooking along? If anybody's cooking along and they got questions, queries, just type them into the chat and I'll verbalize them and he can answer them straight away.
Okay, so we're cooking green chicken curry. We're going to show you how to cook the perfect rice in the microwave. So what you need is a tub with a lid, something like that, something that can go in the microwave. Or if you haven't got that, you can put cling film over a tub. So we're going to do that. And we're going to make a beautiful little crunchy salad slaw type thing to go along with it. So, you ready? Move the pot. Get your pot on. Get it start warming on low heat.
We got Wollongong. We've got Vinnie McGrath's in again from Melbourne.
How are you, Vinny?
Brisbane, Geelong.
Before we start, right, so you did a few little housekeeping things. Get your rice in a bowl. Rinse it with some water. Keep the water on it. Pour the water out. Rinse it again. So I've rinsed this about 4 times. And then you're going to get it into your bowl, but do it over the sink because it's going to spill. And then I'm going to show you how to cook the rice. But a big part of cooking the perfect rice is you got to get rid of the starch. So keep washing the rice in cold water and strain it just in one of these. Bob's your uncle. So get that on and get your pot on warming nice and low.
Gary's on from Malabar. It's hot tonight, isn't it?
All right, so here's what we need for our curry paste. I'm going to fry it in coconut oil. I will actually give you a tip to when you make this curry paste. I actually watched Jimmy Barnes' wife the other day. I think she's Thai. Don't beat me with a stick. She's from that region, Asia. And she made a curry paste, but rather than fry it, she poured it straight into the coconut milk and boiled it. And she said you get a fresher flavour. But obviously, I'd already printed the book by then, so I'm going to do my version, and in the next book, I'll do that one.
Jimmy Barnes?
Because his wife's a great cook. Her videos.
I think he's a great singer.
Whitey's here from Burke Street Bakery. We'll bring him on later when he sobers up, because he's been out to lunch. So at the moment, he's...
Well, we weren't mentioning that.
No, well, he's going to be the elephant in the room when he turns up. At the moment, he's been yellow carded. Because he came straight from lunch. But anyway, we won't talk about that. Right, so...
Carry on.
Common Sense Cook. Right, coconut oil, douche. Coconut milk. Not there any brands or whatever, but that's, you know what I mean? Unless you got fresh coconuts. Cinnamon sticks. Where's the cinnamon?
Other side. Behind the line.
Cinnamon sticks. Whole. You can use cinnamon powder, but I'd use a lot less. Good quality chicken stock. We didn't have any, so it's not a drama. We're going to use water because the chicken we're going to flavour it. So if you haven't got chicken stock, don't worry about it. Lime leaves. Beautiful. Get fresh lime leaves. chicken thighs. So I've got chicken thigh bone in with the skin. I think that's the best cut for the curry on the bone. And we're also going to throw a few legs in as well. So there you go, that's chicken thigh. And we've doubled the recipe here. Yeah, all right, Jane, leave it over. So we've doubled the recipe because there's a lot of people around here who need to get fed. Chicken thigh, limes, halves, so that's for a little splash at the end. Some white wine vinegar adds a bit of acidity. So I've changed a few things. Obviously, I'm not from Thailand. I'm from Ireland, not Thailand. And we've put in a few little extras. The jasmine rice we spoke about. So your rice should be in the water now, should be running, so you're getting all that starch off. And then to the pastes, we're going to add our coriander. So you want to keep some coriander back for garnish at the end, and all this you're going to blend. The root, there's a lot of flavour in the root. Be quiet, Whitey. Bird's eye chilies, long green chilies, red onions. What else we got? Thai basil. Beautiful, really strong. We've got lemongrass. We've got ginger. Now, this could be a problem because at the moment ginger's like $60 a kilo.
More expensive than gold.
Yeah, so thanks for that. So if you haven't got ginger, you can use galangal, but it's quite expensive as well. But I mean, this time of year, the ginger is very expensive. So if you can't afford it, leave it out. I'm sweating. What else we got? Ginger, galangal, coriander seeds. What else we got? Caster sugar. The sugar is just to balance out the actual stock. So you'll add that later, but we'll talk our way through that. And fish sauce. Fish sauce is like a seasoning. I don't know what a soy sauce is for.
Just in case.
Just in case. Right, so can you call it out for me, please?
Yep.
Because my glasses are not working.
All right, you're doing the paste first.
Yeah.
Bunches of coriander, roots scraped clean, stalk and leaves roughly chopped.
Right, so I'm going to keep some coriander back for the actual garnish and some for the paste. So what you got to do is just wash the roots. You don't want a dirty root.
Language, we're not past the water, sir.
Right. So, get your blender.
Leslie wants to know, do you have a tip for freezing it when it's in season? I think she's talking about ginger, so that you can have it at this time of year. Can you freeze ginger?
You can, but it breaks down a little bit, and it's not as sharp or as strong, the colour, or the flavour, I mean. But you can't freeze it. It's like anything. If you freeze it, it will dull the flavour down a little bit. But I mean, if it's too expensive, just leave it out. But yeah, you can do it.
Long green chilies, sliced lengthways and de-seeded.
Yep.
Same with the red bird's eye chilies, using your good knife.
I leave the seeds in. Oh, we forgot to say, we're using the Wusthof, the new knife tonight. So this is a beautiful handle, good weight, and they're actually sponsoring the show. Right, so green chilies. I'm going to leave the seeds in. Just because,
really?
yeah, we
All
want.
of them?
How many did you say?
Go 8.
8.
If you're leaving the seeds in. The recipe has 6, but we're making more.
Yeah, well, I like it quite hot. Right, so you got your chilies.
Red chilies, roughly chopped.
Yeah, how many? So obviously it's
4.
green curry. The name comes from all of the green that's going in.
It's like sliced.
You don't need it. We're going to blend it, mate. We're going to blend it. Little torpedoes. I might put another green in.
Red onions, roughly chopped.
I think I learned this recipe from Martin Boaz, actually. He used to be at Long Ground, great chef. What else am I doing?
Red onions.
Red onion.
Roughly chopped. I worry about the size of this blender.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that myself. But anyway. Any questions?
Can you do this in batches?
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
Okay. Good to know.
Right, I'll add that onion after. What's next?
Garlic cloves, 6 roughly chopped.
Yeah.
They're just there.
Just smash it. It's the one time we do peel the garlic. It's very rare in this house. Any questions? So by now everyone should be soaking their rice.
Rebecca wants to know why red onion.
It's a little bit sweeter and not as bitter as a white onion. Yeah.
And then lime leaves, roughly chopped. Chop the lime leaves.
Well, you can chop it, but I mean, if you're going to blend it, the proper way to do it is in a mortar and pestle. And apparently you get a better flavour, but you know, life's too short. Right, any more questions?
No, all good for the minute.
Yes, that was a good question. Why didn't you win the jungle? I said, yeah, I should have won the jungle, but didn't get enough votes, apparently. Right, so what's in here? Lime leaves.
Yeah.
I like a good bit of lime leaf, right?
And then 2 bunches of Thai basil, picked and roughly chopped.
I'm going to add them after.
All right.
How much coconut oil? At the start.
This is the thing that I was worried about.
Yeah, I think we made a mistake somewhere. We add it all together.
There's no coconut oil in your paste. Actually, there's no liquid in your paste.
Yeah, because I'm going to add, this is why it's hands-on cooking, because I add in stuff. So you add your coconut oil.
Should that not have gone in first?
No, you'll see. Add the coconut oil. Then I'm going to add a splash of water just to get it moving. Right?
And then what about the ginger, galangal?
Yeah, hold on. I just want to get it moving. Let's get the greenness going. Sorry about that. Keep some of this Thai basil back for the garnish at the end. Another tip is if you make this the day before, and it's you get a much better flavour because it sort of ferments, not ferments, but it increases the flavour.
Leslie says in a mortar and pestle it releases more natural oils.
Well, this is a special blender, and it releases all the oils, Leslie. It's actually got a light on it as well that cures.
Shut up. Ginger and the other stuff as well.
That's going to come back to bite me, isn't it? Cures headaches. Right. I don't peel the ginger. That goes in there. Galangal, you'll have to peel this because it's a bit woody. I did have a kitchen peeler, but I lost it, so I don't want to look like an idiot here.
You had a what?
Any more questions?
Yvonne said you should have won the jungle. Love your cooking.
Yeah, any questions about the jungle? Buys time.
Anyone cooking along? If you're cooking along, just type in a...
I'm not going to use my Wusthof to chop through that because...
Why aren't you using that knife?
Because if you chop too hard, this is what happens. See that? And because it's brand new, like it's a bit fibrous. It's actually a Wusthof as well. Right, so that goes in.
Michelle wants to know, is there an easy way to cut up onions? Same issue I have with tomatoes. It never looks or feels like I've chopped it properly.
If you peel your onions and put them in a container for a day before, they're not as wet and they're not as they won't burn your eyes.
Dave
What I
wants
mean?
to know, the lemongrass isn't in yet, is it?
No. Just getting all my hard ingredients in. Right, bear with me.
What type of blender is that?
Electrolux, but we didn't get sponsored by them, so I'm not really sure what it is yet. Right, get ready for the sound. right, so that's your ginger in. Now I'm going to add my lemongrass. I keep that, the tops maybe for a bit of steaming if I'm going to steam some fish. You see all these leftovers of the galangal, bits of ginger, there's little bits of coriander. You know, you keep all this stuff and you can make a beautiful stock with some soy sauce, water, and maybe poach some eggs, poach some fish in it. Yeah, thanks, mate. In the way.
Alicia wants to know, did Dipper annoy you when he would take over cooking in the jungle?
No, Dipper didn't annoy me when he took over the cooking, because the one time Dipper took over the cooking, he burnt the rice. So, you know. And Dipper
wants to know, did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed the jungle, but they didn't show you actually how hard it was, because in the morning you only got 2 spoonfuls of porridge, and in the afternoon you got 2 spoonfuls of rice and 2 spoonfuls of beans, and that was like just solid every day. And then when you won a challenge, that's when you got fed. But my problem with the producers was, when you win a challenge, the food, there wasn't a lot of food still for 13 people, so you progressively got really hungry, thin and tired, and I think that was the biggest problem, because they didn't show that, because a lot of people just... No, a lot of people just lay on bed all day because they were sick. I remember I had to carry Grant Dania to the medics tent, which is like outside the fence, because he was collapsed totally. He was out.
Really?
Yeah, there you go. I'm just busy saving people. That's what I do. Just what I do.
On holidays again. Did you get hangry? He gets hangry if he misses.
What's that, Jane? That's a very valid point. Thank you. Yeah, and as I said to Jane, have a little taste. Whoa!
Michelle has a very good question on the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the
Yeah.
truth in this one. How on earth did you make the rice and beans yummy? All the celebrities raved that it was actually super
Okay,
tasty.
the real way to make rice and beans good is you cook the beans to sort of white beans. You soak them in the morning or the night before, and then you cook them white beans. And then what I did was the rice, I didn't wash it, and I overcooked it, and then I beat it with a spoon so it got really starchy, so it gets a little bit like wallpapery pasty. And then I added the beans to the wallpaper paste, and I snuck in some salt and hid some stuff around the camp. I added my secret salt, and then you let it cool, and then you make patties. So when it's cold, the cold rice and beans, so you make like a little starch, like looks like a little beef burger, and then you fry it in the oil. And then they had some vinegar for leeches. So when you got a leech, you put vinegar on it. But I used to put the vinegar for the leeches on the patties. So I fried it in the oil and put the leech vinegar on the patty, so it tasted like fish and chips.
It's like the one ingredient you needed was white vinegar.
Yeah, and then they stopped giving us vinegar for leeches because they were like, man, you're going through like a litre a day. Right, where am I?
Jen wants to know, how much coconut oil did you put in the paste? You put more than the recipe.
I put about, well, I've doubled up because we're doing 20 chicken legs. I put about four tablespoons. You probably only need about 2.5. Apparently it's not very good for your cholesterol, I was told.
Leslie said, do we have aircon because you look really hot? No, we don't have
No, we
aircon.
don't. That's why we're doing...
And we don't normally have lights and cameras and action in the kitchen either.
All right, so now we're going to fry it, yeah?
Somebody has a question. Why is his curry paste dark green when yours is lighter? Do I need to add anything?
Well, probably because I've doubled up, and you can add more. If you've got more green herbs, add them, and it'll make it green. But if it's too light, it's not going to make a problem. But I mean, the more green herbs you add, and the more green chilies, that's what gives you the. But to have a taste of it, see how strong it is. Mine's quite. Oof. Can I get something to pour this?
Holy. Oh.
Yeah, but that will dim when you fry it.
You need to.
No, I don't need that, Jane. Fine. Don't touch your eyes with the chili either, like I just did. Any more questions? I would keep a few lime leaves back. So what we're going to do is we're going to fry off the paste, and you're going to get that beautiful aroma. We're going to cook out the opposite to what Jimmy Barnes' missus does. We're going to cook out the...
Her name's Jane as well, by the way.
It is Jane.
She's not just Jimmy Barnes' missus.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Carry on.
Called Jane.
As you were.
Very annoying. And then what we're going to do is then we're going to add our stock. We're going to add our coconut milk. But while we're sweating this off, we'll add our star anise and our cinnamon stick and our coriander seeds.
Nice.
Yeah.
So hold on, have we got everything in there? Coriander seeds. Did you put coriander seeds in it?
No.
Castor sugar and fish sauce. When does that go in?
When I've got all the liquid in, I'm going to add the fish sauce as a seasoning, and then I'm going to balance it with the sugar.
So that's not in the curry paste, that's in the curry.
Yeah. Well, you can put it in the paste, but it's, you know,
need to do
it's one of the most easy recipes you can get.
When done right.
Do you know what they call it? Common sense. Get it? Right, over to the stove. So I'm going to get my star anise, my cinnamon. I'm going to add that in with a little splash of oil into the pan.
Your pan's not on.
Yeah, it is.
Not, you know.
Yeah, it is, bro.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Jen. So you can add your star anise, your cinnamon.
So Jen's put the coriander seeds in the paste.
It's fine, it's fine. We've been through a pandemic, it's fine. Look, I'll even add my, no, I won't. A few seeds. You can put them in the paste. This is actually going to be harder to pick out from my teeth, but anyway. A little bit of, see the pan's already warm. Now what you want to do is, you don't want to burn these, so give them just so they can smell them. If you've got extra lime leaves, throw them in, but you really do not want to burn them. Get the aromats. Now you're going to add your paste. Wow, you can smell this straight away. And what happens now is all the liquid evaporates and you're going to be left with the oil, which is going to fry off your curry. So now you just keep an eye on it. I'm just going to fire it up a bit. And you've got your pot. Rinse this out with some water. Don't waste it. So all you're doing now is getting all the aromats out.
So Jen wants to know, should she use half the paste for the 4 chicken thighs?
Yeah, because in the recipe it is, you make more than you need. I would freeze, if you've got a lot of, well, it depends how much curry you want, because the next day you can freeze it. So I would use all the paste, bulk it out, eat your chicken tomorrow, and then whatever's left, freeze it, because you've already made that beautiful sauce. Do you know what I mean? Or you can freeze the paste, it's up to you. But I'd rather cook it out with the chicken in it, flavour it, and then freeze it. Is that correct?
Is that all right, Jen?
Because it saves you making the sauce again. You've made the paste, make the sauce with the chicken in it, and then whatever's left, freeze it. And then you can heat your chicken, the raw chicken, in that sauce the next time. I might get this on the back, give it a bit of welly. Right, just let that. I'm going to add, I've got a few extra lime leaves, I'm going to add them to it now.
Rebecca wants to know, do you freeze before or after cooking it off?
I would, Rebecca, I would cook it, add my stock, my coconut milk, let it all infuse, and then freeze it. So it's ready to go the next time. And then the next time, you put it in a pot, you add some more lime leaves, maybe a bit more chilli, a bit more lemongrass, bring it back up to the boil, and that's called refreshing. Right, so add that. few more lime leaves. So you can see the water boiling off and you're just going to be left with the oil. How are we going on? What's the time?
Yep, 6:30.
Okay. Any questions while that's on? So what have I got to add? I've got my coconut milk, which is going to add the body and the creaminess. I've got water, because we don't have any chicken stock, but so that's why it's not a huge drama if you don't have chicken stock, because the water in the chicken will, you know, it'll work, trust me. I've got more ginger. What I like to do at the end is I like to microplane a bit of extra ginger in there, and it just flavours the actual stock. I've got these, I might just stick these in like this. So what I would do is, because you can pull them out at the end. Just bruise them, let the oil out. Also, big thanks to anyone who bought the book, because the book's doing really well at the moment. So I hope people who bought the book are getting a lot of use out of it. I hope it's not just propping up a door. Right, so that can go in. Beautiful. Lime leaves, coriander seeds. Anything else? Back, check my... Right, as you can see, the paste is starting to dry up a bit.
Caster sugar.
Yeah, I'm going to add the caster sugar after, when I taste it. So the other recipe I was telling you about, the other one was, you would make this, you would boil the coconut cream, which, you know, because you're always learning from other people, and then you would add that paste to it and just let it infuse like you would tea. So interesting.
You've done it that way before, have you not?
No, I've always sweated it off.
Okay.
Same when you do Indian curries. They get all the vegetables in and the spices here, and then they blend them and then they sweat them. Mind you, I'm not saying I am a master. I'm Irish, mate. We didn't grow up. The curry we grew up with, we got from a fish and chip shop. Came in a block. So, and you had it on chips with coleslaw. But we're doing coleslaw tonight. It's a little ode to the Irish curry.
All you're missing is cheese.
Supermax. That's my dog. Right, any questions?
Deb wants to know, did you put lemongrass in the paste?
Yes, I put the bottoms of the lemongrass in the paste, and the woody tops I'm just going to throw in and pick them out later.
And the caster sugar is later with the fish sauce.
Yeah.
Yes.
So see the way the paste is not as wet anymore and it starts to come together? Right, so now it's sweated down. I'm going to add my coconut.
So if people are following the recipe, you should pretty much just have 1 can of coconut milk. He's making a lot more. So
yeah, because I doubled, because we've got more people here.
Yeah.
Add a couple of splashes of fish sauce, and then what you do is you taste it. You know, there is a recipe, but then, you know, other people add more herbs, more whatever, but just taste it. So this is going to be your seasoning. That was my, I rinsed the jug out with, just water. Add your chicken stock now. Now you're going to bring it up to the boil, and then we're going to check the flavour.
How much rice should Jen have ready?
Well, Jen, it depends. Do you like rice? How much do you like rice? It's because I'll tell you why. It's not really how much rice. It's I'm going to show you a method where you measure out the water to the rice, but I would say like that much, a handful of rice in one of those bowls would be enough for 2 people. This house, we eat a lot of rice. Well, Maeve
No,
does.
we don't. We don't. You just like cooking a lot of rice.
And it's great for dog food the next day.
Alicia said that she got the book for your birthday and uses it so often.
What's your favourite recipe from the book? Hit me up.
Somebody else said their favourite was the lamb shoulder in Kilcannon, and they cooked it for their Irish mother-in-law.
For the Irish mother, what?
Mother-in-law.
How does the mother-in-law like it?
She loves it. She's a massive fan.
Thank you. Mother-in-laws love me. Pinch of salt. Pinch of salt. Bit more fish sauce. Now what you're going to do is you're going to just let this come up to the boil. You're going to check your seasoning and then you're going to add your chicken. Another great one is if you made it, say, in a pot like this, a smaller pot, and you could make this sauce and put a whole chicken in it, and you've got a whole green curry chicken. Looks really good.
Would you do that the same way as you do your soy poached chicken?
Correct, Jane.
Yeah, I hope you like spice.
Right, now I'm going to add my sugar.
So guys, we are running a competition tonight
Sugar.
for a brand new Wusthof knife. If you are cooking, send through photographs, tag both By Fassnidge and Wusthof Australia.
White wine vinegar, splash.
Sorry. And be in with a chance of winning.
The vinegar just lifts everything, adds a little bit of acidity.
I think I've missed a question.
So it's my dinner, so I can put my finger in it. Yeah, that's coming up now. Oh, it's a bit hot.
So if it is too spicy for you and you go, oh, I've added too much, how do you...
If it's too spicy, you can take some out and add more coconut milk, or more water, or more chicken stock. How's that? Good, good. I'll show you again, just to spice it up, or not spice it up, just to jazz it up. Apart from the Wusthof knife, one of the best pieces of equipment is your microplane. Don't peel your ginger. And just... This is like truffle at the moment. This is like a restaurant grating truffle. $70 a kilo.
55. Garlic's not much better.
Right, by now...
Alicia says her favourite recipe in the book is the caramelised onion and tomato tart.
Yeah, good recipe.
Girls love that one.
Good recipe.
Rebecca wants to know why coconut milk and not cream.
Because my cholesterol was quite high, and the milk is not as high in the fats as the cream, so it's healthier for me. And so if it's healthier for me, it's healthier for you. Just looking out for you. You can add cream; it'll make it thicker.
Would you add less? Same amount.
Same. Very technical, that.
I'm getting good at these technical questions.
Okay. So you got your chicken. Now you're going to add your, like you can get, you know, I think the cook's better with the bone in. You get a lot better moisture in your chicken, and the thigh is obviously cheaper than the breast. You wouldn't do the breast in it because it's, you know, it would overcook. What's the cooking time we set on this?
Don't think you have. Hold on, chef.
It's about, you're gonna simmer it for about 10 to 12 minutes.
Add the chicken to the pan, simmer for 20 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna add
some legs as well, just to bulk it out.
Yeah. So is the cooking time different on the?
No, Jen, shush. Right. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna simmer this for about 12 minutes, just a very light roll of a simmer of a boil, not a boil, but a simmer. So the chicken's going to flavour your stock as well. But what you need is you need to bring the stock up to the boil before you lower it down to the simmer, if you know what I mean.
Somebody's asked on Instagram Live, can they use light coconut milk?
Yes, but it will. See, if you use light coconut milk, it won't be as. The viscosity will be different. Do you like that word? Viscosity. It'll be a bit lighter, obviously, because you're using light milk.
Did you say the thighs have the skin on and the bones in? Yes.
Yes. I like poached chicken skin. There's a lot of people who don't, who, you know, it's a bit rubbery, but, you know, it's a very healthy dish. It's not fried or anything, so. Okay, what's next?
Alison wants to know, why don't you peel the ginger?
Pandemic, life's too short. Life's too short. Like, it's not, like, at the end of the day, it's not really going to make a huge difference. I'm sure the purists out there will say it does.
And somebody wants to know, where can they get your book? Bookshops.
You can get them in Banksia Bistro, signed, personally signed. We've got another 200 to sell. We've sold out of a lot. Then you can go to Dimmock's. But you can go to Kmart and Big W, where it's half price to the bookshops because they buy it in bulk. So I don't know what way that works.
Or you can go onto byfassnidge.com, order it, we'll sign it and ship it out to you.
Yeah, we can ship it out to you.
Multiple ways.
Next.
Is it a risk of splitting with light coconut cream? Light coconut cream?
No, I don't think so, because you've got all the other ingredients will bring it together. No, I don't think it will split. But then in saying that, I've never used light coconut cream. So, right, what's next? I think it's time to bring on James White.
Thank Christ.
Maybe. Like, he's had a long lunch. And
can somebody breathalyze him?
Has anyone seen the cow? Close your shirt, mate.
So I was just busy.
Watch the cables. Introducing James White from Burke Street Bakery. Have a seat there, James. Good evening. Lovely to see you fresh and beer in hand. How are you today?
Very well.
Talk us through Burke Street Bakery while I get some stuff ready.
It's been a couple of great weeks at the bakery. It's been fantastic to get a few seats back into all the venues this week and to get a little bit of, I suppose, hospitality back into hospitality venues. Colin's right, I did have a little bit of a long lunch today. We're on at Colin's Good Mates.
Doesn't matter, move on.
Anthony Baharich.
Yeah, and so we've had
Fixed Meats.
Fixed Meats, we had a few beers today, but anyway, we're here now and having an Irish curry, so it'll be fantastic.
Are you still selling the Mother Starter?
Yeah, the starter's available Tuesdays and Fridays every week.
So a big thing about Burke Street Bakery, if you've done the class before, the guys have been baking extra bread and freezing it for us, and then that gets frozen, and on a Monday we bring it to the soup kitchen. So every week without fail, since last March, they've been giving us 8 trays of bread, which we give out on a Monday. So
and also, if anyone was to really learn about baking bread, starting on the first weekend of March, we're starting to run our baking classes back inside the bakery.
Oh, can I log him in for it?
Yes.
what are you gonna bake in the class?
Oh, it's you learn how the art of sourdough.
And you're selling the starter from the.
No, it's all sourdough.
No cakes?
Talk to the camera,
Pastries?
James.
Sorry, I was talking to Jane actually.
Yeah.
So no, you just learn the art of sourdough. That's all.
Right, have a look at your back over to the pot. We're just starting to simmer here now. But you don't want to boil it, you want to simmer it. So I've got it on a high heat. I'm going to move it onto the low and after in the jungle pot. So what you want to do is just give it a little stir, get everything moving. Have a little taste of it now. Does it need more seasoning? Does it need more fish sauce?
How's yours? Colin,
What?
does yours need more seasoning?
No. This is pretty good.
Of course not.
Right, so you're going to bring that up. It's another few minutes. Right. The best part about rice. So we used to have a rice cooker, but then we broke it. So someone's wife, actually, who's from from Asia showed me how to, they said, have you ever made rice in a microwave? And I was like, whatever. Perfect every time. So one of the big things is, James, what did we do earlier on?
But I was
Rinse
We washed the rice.
We rinsed it. We got rid of the starches. We got rid of all the starches.
Like we said earlier on.
Sorry, I've got a question. Jen wants to know, you haven't added any vegetables to the curry, which I think is a very valid point. Could you?
Yeah, you could add onions now. Like I'd like onions, but because I'm Irish.
You've already added them.
No, wished. I add the in Ireland when you got a curry, the onions are nearly raw in there. Remember, you get the big lumps of. I love that. So I would add them near the end, and just sort of like break them a bit. You could add carrots now, sweet potato in there now, baby eggplants, the little roundy ones, beautiful. So good question, but I mean it's just make chicken curry tonight with a side dish.
Irish curry.
You usually
Irish
add
curry.
potatoes to yours.
Yeah, potatoes I do. Right. So James, what did we do to the rice?
Oh, we rinsed it for ages.
You weren't even here, so how did
But
you
I
know?
was watching.
Okay, great. So what we did is we rinsed the rice to get rid of the starch, right? So this is quite a lot of rice, right? So how much water do you add, James?
Oh, you got to cover the rice.
What you do is, right, say this is the rice, right? This,
Even I know this.
say this is the rice, right? This is the rice to here inside the pot. What you do is you put your finger, see that finger, James?
Yep.
You put that, you got to use your middle biggest finger. And you see your first knuckle there?
Yep.
See that line? That's how much above the rice you go with the water.
So do you cover the rice?
You cover the rice and you go that much
Thank
above
you.
though, but you go that much, so the first knuckle, right? So here we go. You watching? Can we see that, right? Right. So let it sit.
Put your knuckle in.
Wait. See that? Knuckle to there, right?
Amazing.
Right?
So you
Knuckle
cover
to
the
there.
rice, exactly what I said.
Exactly. No. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of lemongrass, the old bit I had left over. I'm gonna add a little bit of cinnamon. What's that called? Star anise.
Star anise,
We
baby.
got a sponsorship yet for that?
And he said it right most of the night as well.
I'm gonna smash a little chili in there. I'm gonna add a little bit of the Vietnamese, a little bit of the curry, and mix
Thai
that
basil.
up. Oh, Thai basil.
It's
Yeah.
like Vietnamese.
And some ginger. Have a look, back to the
Look at it,
stock,
it's
back
amazing.
to the stock. We're boiling, we don't want it boiling. Now we bring it on to a simmer. So we're going to simmer that now for 15 minutes. See what happens now is your chicken, it's starting to tense up. It's actually better the next day, this curry, because it all sort of mingles. It's like a Saturday night, James, is how it's slow mingling. Okay,
Whose house?
James.
Oh.
Right, so we let that simmer. Gonna add a little bit of the ginger. And then that goes into your rice. So have a look at that. So that much water above the rice. So that's the rice. So above. Just check. I'm gonna give it a little splash more, James.
Good call.
Yep. I'm gonna add a bit of pepper. You don't have to add all the bits, but they're all left over and they're obviously gonna add flavour and you can pick them out of the rice if you had a cardamom pod or something like that. And then, how long would you say that takes?
Did you season salt in there or no?
No salt, because the curry's got quite a lot of, you know?
You haven't actually added salt to the curry.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did if you're watching. Right. Is there any reason I drink? How's Vinny in Melbourne? I'll pass it over, Clayton. I might just have a plain Irish whiskey. Big ups to Alex in...
Well, that didn't last long. Sure it didn't.
Oh, so it's an old one. That's from Christmas.
One a day.
That's from
One a
Christmas.
day.
That's from Christmas, mate. might need to buy a new one of them. It's nearly Christmas again. Is that good? You couldn't put it down. It's like
Leslie wins. She says 12 minutes. Very good.
Very good, Leslie. About 10 to 12 minutes with the lid on, right? 10 to 12 with the lid on. And then you're gonna do probably about 6 to 8 with the lid off. So when you 10 to 12, lid on, microwave, full power. Then you take it out, you take the lid off, you spoon, stir it. The only time you touch it is you stir it. Then you put it back in, no lid, for 6 to 8 minutes, and you're gonna have perfect fluffy rice.
So you're leaving all the additives in there for that second stir, or you take them out? Yep, sweet.
Leave them in, you can take it out there, get the kids to do. It's sort of an interactive meal, you know what I mean? Right, so right?
Somebody has to question is
12
that's
minutes.
the absorption method, yes?
Correct.
Yes.
Technically.
Well, that's what cooking rice is.
Yeah.
12 minutes. Right. Have a look at our curry there, it's just simmering. Beautiful. Okay. We need to move.
No, you're all good.
Better. So I told you keep all this. See your bits of galangal that's left over, your stalks, your chilies, bits of end of onions. Put it in a pot, cover it with water, season it with soy sauce. You can even add a spoon of miso paste. And tomorrow, that's a beautiful soup. Cook some vegetables in it, cook some eggs, cook some more chicken in it, chicken breast, slice it, drop it into the hot liquid. So, you know, you're always going to get two uses out of everything. So don't throw them away.
Before you use these, are they in the fridge herbs or just out on the bench? Like you buy them on a Tuesday, where are you putting those throughout the week?
Well, if I'm buying herbs, I buy them nearly on the day I want them.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? And I put them in straight into the fridge.
And use them tomorrow.
Well, I buy them on the day I need them, I said.
Yeah, but then why do you put them in the fridge?
Because flies and it's very hot. It's Australia. It's hot, mate. Okay.
Sweet.
Right, now we're going to make the cabbage salads. It's basically just the cabbage slaw, but it's obviously got a twist. So to do our slaw.
Can I just double check, is everybody hearing us okay?
We're all good?
I think so. Rebecca, has the sound got any better? Oh, why do your mics?
Whitey. Mate, if you're just worried about you can't hear Whitey, don't worry
You're
about
not
it,
missing
mate.
much.
Because we're not really.
Alicia wants to know, are you currently in Melbourne? No. Malabar.
We're don't tell everyone, Jen.
Oh, sorry.
Child.
What? They're going to get in past Whitey.
Can you open that? Thank you. Right, so we're going to make a slaw, but like, you know, more than just your carrot and cabbage. We're going to make it sort of a bit more zingy. It's got a bit more texture, and it's, you know, someone was asking about the vegetables in the curry. If you have this as a side dish and it's raw, so you're going to get more absorption of vitamins than you will by cooking, because most of the vitamins you get if you eat the vegetable raw, you get more benefit. So,
Thanks, Clayton.
cabbage. Where's my steel? Steel? Anybody? Steel? Where? Thanks, Jane. You just chill out there,
Just
mate.
looking at the sound.
Right, what you need is a great, obviously the good Wusthof knife, but you need a steel. So if you spend all the money buying a good knife, you got to buy a good steel. And if anyone's tuned in before, they'll know I stole this one off Raymond Blanc when I worked for him for 2 years. They didn't pay me a lot. How do you sharpen your knife? Bottom to top, 45-degree angle. Bottom to top, bottom to top.
So if you're at home, it's okay to kind of do it slowly to get the hang of it?
Yeah, like
Even slower than that?
slow. Do it slow, because I've cooked myself many years. I put red onion into my slaw. Red onion we spoke about earlier. It's sweeter.
Alicia wants to know, do you like Gordon Ramsay?
Yes, I used to work for Gordon Ramsay. I helped open up the Boxwood Cafe in London, just opposite Hyde Park there. Very good operator. If he was such a bad chef like TV, don't believe everything on TV. No one would work for them. So they've got a great company. TV's TV, mate, I can tell you that. Whitey's back, everyone.
Back, everyone. Sorry we had a few technical difficulties, and we're back. Where are we, Seth?
I think the word is, Colin, that it might be Colin's mic.
Hello? No, because I can hear myself over there on my phone.
Sound amazing.
Thanks. Red onion. Put that there. Cabbage. So I've just cut the root out. How are you chopping? You're getting your hands like that?
What do you call it?
What?
The claw.
Oh, the claw. Is that what you call it?
Yeah. So you don't chop your fingers off, mate. We had this discussion last time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you have your fingers like that, and that's your guide. Thanks, buddy.
Whoa.
If Anthony Baharich is watching, mate, you've a lot to say. Right, break it down a little bit to control it. Here, why don't you do it? Look.
Oh, is that safe?
Oh, step away, everyone.
Yeah. I don't have first aid.
First aid here. Are we doing the whole lot, Chef?
Yeah.
Master craftsman, mate.
How is your chicken?
Right, so add your cabbage to the onion.
How is your chicken?
Yeah, it's half cooked and it's still going. Okay, so you got your beautiful cabbage. Next, you got your parsley, right? A lot of people will, so when you buy the parsley, a good tip is do the little band to the end. So it holds it for you, right? Bend your leaves. So when you get past the leaves, because you want it quite rustic, and then your stalks, you go fine.
And that's with every herb, isn't it? There's so much flavour in the stalks.
Yeah, but you want to go fine on the herbs till you get right down to the very woody bit, and then that goes in the worm farm. But you go to Italy or anywhere like that, they don't throw it away. No. So then that goes in your worm farm, or your stock you're going to make. So see all that? That's a stalk, adds beautiful texture.
A knife smith.
You're not allowed to curse, Woody. It's prime time, mate. Fennel. You can pick the fennel tops. So what you want to do with these is you pick the tops for the ends. You pick them, Whitey. Keep your own.
These
I'll
prawns
give you-
are delicious to finish anything.
Here, you can put them in there.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Shane.
Just the fennel. Just take out the root. That can go in the worm farm. Fennel adds a beautiful aniseed and a texture to your slaw. So you're not just using carrots and
Is
white
there
cabbage.
never a fennel season or a fennel out of season? Because it just seems to be around.
Oh, you can grow it all year, but I mean, it's better when it's a bit spring. You don't want it too hot.
Late summer to early winter, I think.
Yeah, also you should be supporting your Aussie farmers at the moment because there's no one to pick the veg, so the price of veg is going up, but they still need the support because the government sent all the pickers home and the visas and all that, so there's no one to pick the veg, so they're in a world of pain. They're just throwing veg away. Isn't that right, Whitey?
Mate, it is. We should do a little... Our next cooking class should be from a regional area, I think.
Ooh, holiday, road trip, love it.
And what? Newcastle or something.
Coastal.
Hunter Valley says
Hunter Valley.
Sounds like a good spot.
Ooh, wine country.
My
yeah.
family's hometown.
Anyway, back in the room. Thanks for that. Thanks for the joining in. No.
Everybody heard
sorry,
road trip and went,
quiet on
"Yay."
set. Yeah, anyone ever hear that? Quiet on set. That's a case of beer. Right, chard. Not normally seen in a slaw or silver bee, but someone was saying about vegetables to the dish. Like you're eating your raw fennel, your raw onion. You've got your herbs. You've got your cabbage. You've got your chard. If you don't want chard, you can put some spinach in. You can put some rocket in. Right, so your green leaves, you go nice and fine. That goes in. You've got your stalks. So what with your stalks,
very fine.
Fuck, you're a knifeskin. Aren't you?
You're not allowed to swear, mate.
My mum's watching.
To Whitey's mum.
Green apple. Green apple. Could you put
Green apple could go in there. Very good, Jan.
Thank you.
But it's not really coleslaw, is it? It's more of a Russian.
That claw you've got.
Big ups to Whitey's mum who's watching tonight. I feel your pain. There you go, right? So
She's not a curry fan, but she's just watching for the entertainment, she said. That's what she said.
Is the recipe on your webpage?
it's in the book,
it's
in the book.
Yep.
Like a lot of people, when I put dishes up on Insta, they're like, what's the recipe? It's in the book. Keep them for the end.
Radish.
You could add radish, add a bit of pepper there, Whitey, and then you're going to add a little bit of seasoning.
Yvonne, it's silver beet. It's not charred, but he...
Silver beet, same thing. Same. Pinch of salt.
Is that Olsen's?
This is, we only use Olsen's sea salt here, Australian. Smell the rice. Smells amazing,
I
Whitey.
smell it from here.
Hey, how good's the rice smell? And that's just with the, right. Light mayonnaise. You're gonna need 2 of them, 3 of them, wouldn't you?
Light mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Like whole egg mayonnaise.
Look,
not light.
It says light there. I can't tell you who it's from because...
That's just in case the doctor's watching the aforementioned cholesterol.
All right, Whitey, give that a mix up there.
Use whole eggs, everyone.
You can scrape a bit more out of it.
Just put him like that and see how it's going.
Oh,
Spoon, chef, or me?
Hold on.
Yes, hold on.
Technical difficulty.
Here.
Use this.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thanks, John.
Get more mayonnaise out of that.
Thank you. I'm going to add a little splash of olive oil as well, just to moisten it.
Moist.
Thanks,
John. Always finishing
Since
his
it's
job.
light, like...
Always finishing his
Gonna
job.
make a... There. Go with that.
So this did start out as cooking with Colin Fassnidge and the Common Sense Cook, but it's just like sort of turned into whoever walks by the front door comes in now. All right, Whitey, thank you. Sit down, please.
Oh, mate, you gotta mix
You're
it.
dribbling into the cabbage.
Salt.
Right. Here. Right, clean. These hands are clean because I washed them, right? So what you want to do is incorporate all that. I've added a little bit of olive oil. Where's that vinegar?
Right in front of you.
No, it's not. No. It's over by the stove, Jen. I'm going to add a splash of white wine vinegar. You could add a little splash of mustard powder. Whitey, can you pour some of that in there, please? Give it a good dash.
Do you want mustard?
Yeah, give me a little spoon of mustard. I'm going to use hot English or Dijon, whatever you want, because you want a bit of zing to this. And you don't want to make this too far in advance. So if you're making the curry, you could make the curry tomorrow. Yesterday. And take the chicken out, and then you need it. What you do is you bring the stock back up to the boil, put the cooked chicken in, and just let it sit. You don't need to boil it. Teaspoon.
Jesus,
Right.
okay.
So we're going to add, we've added the mustard, we've added the mayonnaise.
Okay. Don't
The
go
vinegar?
back on that.
You can make an Asian type slaw. You could add coriander to this. You could add the Vietnamese mint. So mix that up. Right.
There's your rice.
Thank you. Put that there. Put the rice here. Don't open it. Don't open it. Right?
Ha! Steve's mum used to make coleslaw in the kitchen sink. How many was she making for?
Glory days.
Okay.
Any advice on wastage?
Well, you got your fennel fronds. They're going to go on top. Should be no wastage because all your leftovers went into your rice. I told you your ginger and your lemongrass stalks and your peelings, and your onion trimmings, they all go into a pot and you make a stock out of it. Like even if you buy a roast chicken and you got the carcass left, the next day add all the bits of veg in the bottom of your fridge and boil it up with the chicken. Right, so have you got this? So this has been, how long? 12 minutes. Hold on.
Oh.
How good's that? Oh,
I'm excited.
Billy
hey.
has a question. Is there a way to keep the coleslaw fresh? He always makes too much and never ends up using it before it goes off. Don't make as
Make
much.
less.
There's no way. There's
Don't
no
make
way.
as much.
No. Right? So this is, now you just give it a little mix.
So Steve's mum was a pub cook and she didn't have a bowl big enough.
I'm still a pub cook.
I can lend her a couple.
Yeah.
There's a few around
Look.
if she still wants one. Starting with that pot.
Jane, no one cares.
Carry on.
Right.
Steve's stupid.
Yeah.
Right. See that, right? So that's been 12 minutes. So you see the water's gone? Have a taste. It's cooked. Now you're just gonna jazz it, eh? Yeah, but it's cooked, no?
Is it like the carrots or is it actually
No,
cooked?
that's proper cooked.
All right,
It's
okay.
cooked. So now we're gonna go 5 minutes, 5 to 6, and we're gonna perfect rice.
Take that green stuff out.
No, green stuff's good. 5:30.
Trying to work out how to work the time.
Let's have a look at our chicken now.
The washing machine.
So your chicken, I'm going to show you. Thermometer, Jane. Got it. All right.
Got it? You got it?
So you want your chicken.
None of
How do
this
you
is
know
on
your
the
chicken's
checklist.
cooked? Obviously by touch, but one of the best pieces of equipment we spoke about is a microplane and it's just a little $8 thermometer. So you put it in right beside the leg,
And what's that got about, Colin?
60. So look at that. You're at 58, you're at 60. Your chicken leg is cooked, or your chicken thigh. You just put it beside the bone. So that's cooked. Like you can turn it up. Check your the legs. Probably take a bit more.
And if you didn't have a thermometer, how could you do it?
You want firm to the touch. Firm. Like you don't want to go for an hour, but that's like 10 to 15 minutes. And then you're going to leave it sit in the actual. Leave it sit in the curry sauce for another 10 minutes, 15 minutes till you need it, or even like an hour, and just let it, take on all the flavour.
Leslie has a comment on the coleslaw, Vinny. I hope I'm saying your name right, Leslie, pronouncing it right. Add dressing to only what you're serving and keep extra dressing separate and add it when you're using it again.
Exactly.
Just invoices for that piece of information.
Mate, then it's not coleslaw. The question was, how do you keep coleslaw? That's just
No, you
sliced.
can't keep it.
No, but if you-
That's just called sliced cabbage.
Yeah, but if you...
Yeah.
No, exactly.
Yes, Leslie.
It's not.
Yes, only dress what you need, what you don't need.
Vinny, I agree with Leslie.
I said it last time and I got
Looked up.
Anyway.
Yeah, but that's like I made an apple salad, but it was an apple before I sliced it. That's just saying.
It was like I went to lunch, but I didn't really go to lunch.
Oh no, you went to lunch. I think we're all very well
Okay,
aware
let's
you
have a little
went to
clean
lunch.
down. Let's have a little clean down. Get back on track.
Sorry, Chef.
Let's run through the actual.
Does it thicken up the curry? Does it thicken up?
No, it's quite light. This is not like your. We don't use any flour or any corn flour or rice flour to thicken it up. If you could, what you can do is you can reduce it down and it will get thicker. But it's quite a light, spicy curry, and I think that's what I'm going for. I don't really want it too thick.
It's summertime in Australia. It could be a light curry.
It is, mate. You're correct. Thanks, Tim Bailey. Any questions about the jungle while we're just?
No, everybody's over the jungle.
No, they're not over the
No,
jungle.
let's be honest,
Give us
they
my
are.
hat. This is the official hat from the jungle. I was the only one to get the hat because I stole it. Where's my rock? This is the official rock phone. I actually stole the rock. Hello,
Does
no.
Pauline cook? I'd
Hello,
rather
no.
do it.
I want to call.
Sorry.
Hello. Your whitey is mangled. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Boop, hang up. So that's the official rock. I could have stolen. I just got a rock from the garden, but that's the official rock. That's the official hat. But I Farrelled it. Colin Farrell. Did you get it? Farrell. Colin Farrell.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
Farrell. There you go.
Drink more of that whiskey, will you?
There you go. So that was that. Today, coming up, did a shoot with the living room. That was quite fun with Miguel because I couldn't understand what he was saying. Big ups to Miguel. And
Spaniard and
And it's-
Well, I probably couldn't understand you either.
yeah, any time I film with Dr. Chris Brown, he always gets the upper hand, so it didn't end well.
he's like the Bonds man, isn't he? Like, there's no
Give us a
better
recipe.
good-looking blonde human.
Yeah. So, in the book, The Common Sense Cook, this is what the curry looks like. So we'll be pretty spot on with that.
Yeah.
The rice, obviously there's your rice.
Add a few more light leaves for later.
Right, so let's go through coconut oil. Coconut milk, you can use cream if you want. I'm trying to be healthier. Star anise, so like that, got it right. Chicken stock, if you haven't got chicken stock, you can just use water. If you want to, instead of stock, you could just use coconut cream or milk and bulk it out and you'll get a thicker consistency. Splash of white wine vinegar, which obviously gives you that little spice. We use chicken thigh on the bone because it cooks better, it tastes better, and it holds the moisture better. You could use a whole chicken if you want. And then for the paste, we use the coriander, half the tops, because we kept half back for garnish, all the roots, and half the tops. We used some green chilies. I left the seeds in because I like it quite hot.
To hell with the rest of us.
Anyway, red chilies, but you know, you can change the recipe to what heat you want. Red onions, you can use white, but red's a bit sweeter. The garlic cloves, you can add more garlic if you want, but the lime leaves, I like quite a lot of lime leaves because they sort of add that beautiful, you know, round flavour in there.
Yeah.
Thai basil. Thai basil, we used some in the actual paste and then we kept some back from the garnish. Thai basil is amazing flavour. It's very interesting. It's not like normal basil. That's the rice. I'll check that in a minute. Lemongrass stalks, I use the end to blend because they're a bit softer, and then the hard tops I put into the stock. I'll pick them out later. Ginger, roughly, we just popped it in, chop it roughly and put it into the mix. But ginger's very expensive at the moment, so, you know, be careful. You can leave it out if you want. Galangle's still expensive. You can leave it out if you want.
I have to ask you again to go down.
Coriander seeds, toasted. We toasted them in the oil. The caster sugar and the fish sauce we added once we brought everything to the boil, and we used it as a seasoning.
So what other proteins apart from chicken would you think that goes with?
I've cooked the beef brisket in this sauce. Like I've made the curry. Can
You've
you?
got green stuff on your
Yeah, can you?
In your face.
Fuck off.
language.
It's like you're not.
Do you know what? You know what the Wusthof's good for?
Yeah.
Like,
so sorry. Back. So
too many cooks in the kitchen. What did they say about that? So, as I said, I made the paste, I made the sauce, and I cooked a beef brisket in it for 3 to 4 hours till it was soft, and let it sit, and that was quite good. A whole fish with this sauce over it and baked in the oven is amazing. The dogs are in. This with some prawns cooked in it, whatever. Hello, Ellie. The dog's in. Right, so that's the curry. Take that.
So somebody asked, but I don't know if it's actually a legal question. Any advice on medical herbs?
medicinal herbs.
Medicinal.
How long have you got? No advice at all.
Don't do too many before you cook. That's all I'll say. Now get the dogs, Jane. Oh, it's like this. It's like out of control.
Move on.
Ali, watch this. Right, let's check the chicken.
Yes, chef.
This is Ellie. Put the dogs downstairs, will you?
No, you can't. Then start barking again.
All right. In the garage.
Barramundi or ling?
I would do a whole barramundi or a whole snapper. Right, so our chicken's cooked.
But
Turn it off.
Ling is okay. This one will fill on.
Okay.
Ling's
Yeah.
good.
Did you do trade school or university or neither?
I went to, it was like a TAFE at the start, and then we went to college, Carbrew Street. So I went to a college where it was full-time. So it's like dogs.
Concentrate.
There's little white
Just
people.
concentrate, it's fine. Carry on, move on.
So Carbrew Street, full-time college, and you actually got paid to go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was quite good. Quite liked it when I went.
Very good. All right.
Right, so we did the, the rice. Oh, whitey.
Let's go, bro. Let's go. Look at this. Look at this.
So, microwave rice. So we'll take out our aromats now. It's like Jenga.
Who would have known? An Irishman, amazing rice.
This is right, and then so that's been your 12 minutes, lid on, that much water above the rice. So rice above the rice. And then 6 minutes with the lid off. And then...
Do you store your ginger in the fridge?
Yes.
Yes. Was it hard to become a celebrity chef? Doesn't know he's not there yet.
Mate, if I'm a celebrity chef, it ain't that fucking hard, is it? All right. I like to call myself...
that's the most impressive thing you've ever cooked.
Hey, you like that? Look at this, people. Look how fluffy and rice that is.
It's like a cloud.
Hey, it's like an Irish cloud.
How much did you have to drink today?
In all fairness, look, that is... Can you see how fluffy that is? For everyone who...
Actually, that's pretty good.
Uncle Ben would shit himself if he had... Look at this. Look at that. How good is that?
It's very good.
Shut up, you idiot. You can taste the cinnamon, the lemongrass. So now what you do is, you're going to put the lid on and keep it for when we serve the curry.
No battery. I'll turn it off.
Okay. What's the time?
7:12.
All right, we'll do a plate up, then we'll have some questions. We'll have a little eat, then we'll do some questions. We're on track, on track.
Would you serve like a yogurt or anything with this?
No, it's Thai.
Okay.
So we're going to add our...
If you were doing brown rice, is it the same method?
Yes?
Same times?
Yes?
A little bit longer, actually.
Yeah.
Well, it's more down to if you do the brown rice and you take it out after 12 and there's still a lot of liquids, let it go another minute. You know what I mean? Oh my God. So there you go. That's your slaw. Next up,
Who's that?
we're just serving. Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Oh.
Come over. Shush.
Next up is our rice. How fluffy is that?
Mate, it's the fluffiest rice I've ever seen, especially cooked by an Irishman.
All right, so you
Somebody
got your...
said on medicinal herbs, smoke them.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, well,
I don't know why to say that.
I added a little bit of the coriander we kept. Look at that. Roll over, Neil Perry. Hey?
James is trying to look busy because his lovely Amy has just walked in, so he has to look like he's actually doing something.
The best part of James, who I've never met, is now just walked in.
And now he has to explain where he's been all day.
Because he wasn't with me. Okay.
Where's Maeve and Lily?
So that's our rice. Hold on.
That's what she asked.
They're getting their own show.
One's
We
got
don't
a
care.
birthday party and the other one's busy sitting on Netflix.
Maeve is actually 10 tomorrow. So this time last year, I went out to a party with my good friend Warren Turnbull.
No, you were working.
No, I was working, but
And
then
then
we
he
may have
opened
had a
the
few
district.
beverages. And then at around, was it 7 in the morning?
No, 3.
In the afternoon?
No, in the morning.
There was a bit of movement. This is Maeve now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
called you at 3.
she was born in the afternoon because I was at the fish market
yeah.
buying fish.
Don't worry, I'll look after the plating.
Right.
Talking through it.
Right, so now, hang on, we need to be able to see this. So obviously that's why it's called a green curry because, why?
Mate, there's so much greenery, it's delicious.
No, what? Because it's green. Fuck me.
It's like an Irish curry.
Right, so what you do now is, you a bit of thigh.
So even if you're doing skin on, you'd leave the skin in all the time?
Well, if you were listening earlier, I said I like the skin. You don't have to. Right? And obviously your sauce, but I've made extra sauce. And what you do is you free, like there's a lot of people here, so extra sauce. What's that guy? Where's the sauce?
The French mate.
maybe we could do something with the green sauce for him. This one.
Yeah, look at that. Right.
Looks pretty good.
Can you just stand out of the way? Right. Hold on. Give me a chilli there, Woody. A red. Right. So we got our chilli. You add your little chilli. We got our herbs we kept back.
Slightly wilted in our 45-degree kitchen tonight.
No, they're not wilted. It's like the carrots. They're cooked. Coriander.
At least you're owning up to that now.
Week 27.
You all right, mate? You all right? Do you want a water?
All right, move on.
Right. Add that. A bit of sesame oil in this would be quite nice, wouldn't it?
Delicious,
Yeah, do we
actually.
have any?
No. Another little tip is the microplane. Get your lime and just zest a bit of.
Yeah, delicious freshness.
It's not going to end well for you, I'll tell you. Beautiful little bit of fresh lime over the chicken. And then, of course, we'll get the taste tester to try it. Any questions?
How's everybody's curry looking? Everybody's saying happy birthday to me.
Yeah, Maeve, 10 tomorrow. Go, maybe.
She's out looking for a new home right as we
She's out at another birthday party tonight. I social life with the 10-year-old.
She's out with her real parents. Right, so obviously let's try it. Any questions? Got your, how fluffy is that rice? That's
Honestly,
eh?
as I said, it's the best thing I've ever seen you cook.
Thank you. You got your chicken thigh.
What wine would you have with that?
Oh, you know me.
Either a very light red or
A
a
Pinot.
Riesling.
A chilled Pinot.
would be delicious.
Right, tuck in. Here, oh yeah. So let's, there you go. See your chicken? How long does that take? Your
Amy wants
chicken
to
is
know,
cooked.
what if the water absorbs before the rice is cooked?
Maybe add a splash more water. But the whole thing is, if you've got a container with a lid and you go the first knuckle, it should work, but you can add a splash more water. Can you, like,
What?
comments?
None.
It's delicious.
Any comments, Clayton?
Delicious, mate.
More like if they can get Whitey to do guest appearances.
So,
Can you freeze leftovers?
Mate, let's talk
Yeah.
to my fans now, Colin.
that sauce, give me that. It's good, huh?
Delicious, mate.
Maybe a splash more fish sauce or a little splash
A tiny
of
bit of
soy.
vinegar in there, I think, just to. It's very sweet.
Thanks for that, mate.
Cold beer.
It's not very
what you
sweet.
need.
It's not very sweet
Isn't
at all,
it?
mate.
Isn't
It's
it?
not,
Beer.
no, it's not sweet. It's like, use a spoon.
Tiny bit more vinegar in there, Jane, would be delicious.
Yep, I agree.
Fucking tell ya.
Cold beer.
But
what you
honestly,
need.
it's cooked perfectly.
You could be.
The slaw is delicious.
You could be in Thailand now, huh?
Right.
Huh?
With this heat.
Yeah.
A tiger bear
Like outstanding.
and the rice. You could float away to that.
Best thing you've ever cooked.
Thank you.
To your thank yous.
Right. What you know? When you come to a By Fassnidge cookery class, it's not just. It's never dull, is it?
Never.
Right. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to if you're gonna buy a knife, that's the knife to buy. The Wusthof.
And they have a blade as well.
Who has?
Wusthof.
What do you mean have a blade?
Like they What do you call
Steel.
it?
It's called a steel,
Sorry.
mate. A blade.
Steel.
Sorry.
That's called a blade.
All right, right.
Thanks for the...
And remember, if you cooked along tonight, take a photograph of what you cooked.
And you win a
Tide.
free knife. All the recipes are in the Common Sense Cook. Thanks for joining in. Thanks to everyone who bought a book. And there's a few little projects coming up this year, so watch this space. Whitey will not be in them. Burke Street Bakery, thank you.
Next cooking class is coming up in March.
What are we cooking?
Keep an eye on the byfassnidge.com for
What are we cooking?
an update. It will be announced on Monday.
Apparently be announced on Monday. So
I hear it's fish.
no.
That's what I hear.
Okay, thank you.
Might be fish.
Over and out. By Fassnidge, Wusthof,
Good night,
chicken
everyone.
curry, rice, annoying people. That's what you get. Big love. Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.